Welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. This is Marky Park, and today is Saturday, April the 25th, and it's been a while since I've posted a video on my channel, but today I'm going to show the work I've been doing on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer 2000 Milton Bradley board game. So the game comes with 4 different playable modes based on seasons 1 through 4 of the TV show. So my wife and I are really big fans of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the television series. So and we also like to play board games and have game night. So I went on eBay. I purchased a used board game, and I've been adding on by adding or purchasing extra pieces and dice, and I am currently working on season 6 of the show, where Willow becomes the villain at the end and turns into Dark Willow. So join me as I work on a new project here for Buffy the Vampire Slayer board game. So here's the board at the start with all 4 artifact cards in the corners. So Evil gets to draw 1 card to start the game, and that's a surprise attack card. And then each of the good characters gets to draw 1 card based on what's on their character sheet. The Tara goes first, so she gets a research card, and she got the Spell of Oblivion, which is a offensive spell. And next is Xander, and he got a help card of Rupert Giles, which has a lot of uses. And then Willow drew the Spell of Healing card. That'll come in handy. And then finally Buffy gets to draw a weapon card, and she got the Pickaxe. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the Evil setup, and we start with the villain, Warren. And he's got a life counter of 5, and he's got his surprise attack card to start with. And there he is next to Vashnik, which is a demon, and then his other henchmen, Andrew and Jonathan. And they all started in life counter of 5. And I goofed. I didn't reset Andrew's life counter. And Vashnik has a life of 8. And here is the good setup. Willow, Xander, Tara, and Buffy all in their start spaces. We gotta reset Buffy's life counter back to 12. Willow starts at 5. Xander's life counter also starts at 5. And then where it says Werewolf Oz, that is Tara's life counter, and hers starts at 5 as well. And here are their character sheets. There's the newly created Tara card, and she has the Spell of Oblivion. So I made this card just for this season 6 game. And then there's Xander's character sheet with the Rupert Giles help card. And he can carry up to 2 help cards. And show his stats there. Go over to Willow next. She has that Spell of Healing card. She can hold up to 2 research cards. And notice her stats are a little bit different. She has 3 magic dice. And then finally Buffy. She's holding that pickaxe weapon. She can hold up to 2 weapon cards. And then notice her fight dice are 3. So this is a replacement cards quick reference sheet that I created to show which cards from the old set are being replaced with new cards. So I have some new evil cards. There's 5 new help cards and then 2 new weapon cards. And here I went and printed some of those new cards out. That is the story card for Warren, the Orbs of Nezlekon, and it's a little shiny, but I laminated these cards here. I'm not quite finished with them yet. The Jetpack, Summon Warnbot, that's a protection against an attack. Then the Cerebral Dampener you can use to control a good character and make them attack each other if you wish. There's a cutout version of that Jetpack, and then I glued that onto one of the evil cards that I bought a new set for. So I have a whole new set of evil cards. Then I printed out some new help cards as well that are not quite ready yet, but I have you have Rack, and then Dawn, and Clem, and then it's hard to see. I have to pick that one up so you can see it without the glare. And then my wife is fond of the double meat medley. She likes Buffy working at the fast food restaurant. Give you your 5 back on your life counter. And there you can see I was experimenting with the printer and then made an error there trying to print over another card. And there's the Buffy bot card that I had just laminated. I think it turned out really well. Next, I'm going to show the dice that are used during the game. The first one is the evil dice, and it's got 3 different symbols. So you've got 3 servants, or 1 villain and 1 servant, or 1 villain and 2 servants, and then the blue move dice, and they each have a moon symbol on it that moves the phases of the moon at the center of the board. And then the yellow dice are the magic dice. And notice I have a big handful of dice there. Actually, game comes with 3 magic dice and 4 fight dice, and I bought some extras off of eBay. So it just makes it easier to roll. You don't have to keep re-rolling dice. And there's the fight dice. It's got stakes on it and fangs and some kicks, punches, jabs, and some blank spots on there. So those are the dice. So I'm going to go ahead and play 1 round of the game. I start the game by rolling the evil dice to see how many evil characters are going to move. So I got 1 villain and 1 servant, or a villain and 1 servant. So I'm going to choose who's going to move first, and then I'll roll the dice. So we're going to move Warren first, and I'll roll the dice for him. And I'll show you here what I got. I can roll the 9. He is going to move to the corner spot where the artifact card is. I believe that's the museum. So he has 2 magic dice. I'm going to roll both of those to see if he picks up the artifact card. And I did get 1 magic symbol. So Warren's going to pick up that artifact card that's in the corner there of the museum. And he got the Gem of Mara, which is actually Illuminata. So this is a card that allows you to see any of your opponent's face down artifact cards. So that might come in handy to see what the enemy is holding. And then I'm going to move Jonathan next. He's hidden behind Andrew there. Let me show you what I got. So I rolled an 8 for Jonathan. And he's pretty close to another artifact card. So with an 8, he's going to move to, I believe it's the loading docks on the game board. He also gets to roll 2 magic dice. And I did get 1 symbol, so he gets to take the artifact card from the corner. And he got a moonstone, so this card is not as useful because there aren't any werewolves in this game. But it can be useful to cancel out evil's new moon phase when they get to pick 2 evil cards instead of 1. Alright, so Tara's gonna go first for good. And she rolled a 7. She's near Buffy. I think we're gonna move her into the buried church. She's gonna go for that artifact card in the church. And then Xander goes second. Let's see what he got. He rolled an 8. So far I haven't rolled any moons on the dice. So I'm trying to keep him and Willow close to each other. He landed on a help spot on the board, so he gets to pick up a help card. You got Wesley Wyndham Price, so you can add 2 extra fight dice or 1 extra magic die. His next roll. So he's got 2 help cards now. And then Willow goes next. He's right next to Xander. She's right there next to him. Willow rolled 4. Not a great roll. Now technically they could have traded cards because they were next to each other, but she's going to move to a help spot on the board. And she picked up Cordelia Chase, which isn't actually being used in this game. So she is a replacement card. And Dawn. So Dawn Summers is actually the replacement for Cordelia. And they have the same stats. 1 extra fight dice or 1 extra magic die to the next roll. I like how these new cards turned out though. They look really nice. And that was Willow's turn. And then Buffy goes last. So she did roll 12, and one of those dice has the moon symbol. So that means that the little talisman in the middle where the moon phases are is going to move 1 spot. Yep, there it is. Still in the new moon phase. So evil can still pick up 2 cards every time they land on the evil spot on the board. So Buffy got a really high roll. I'm just trying to find out, do we want to stick together? And I think what we're going to do here is we're going to move her to Giles' apartment because there's a lot of opportunities to pick up cards there. So she's going to pick up a help card. And she got the Anya card, which is good for magic wielding characters. Because she can add 1 extra fight dice or 3 magic die to her next roll. So I forgot to show the other side of the Warren villain card, which is Dark Willow. And there's that Illuminata card that Warren picked up. There's got 4 slots for evil cards. And just has the 1 surprise attack card right now. There he is in the corner. There is the moon phases. We're right there in the second phase of the new moon. You see where each of the characters is on the board after the first round. Jonathan's Moonstone artifact card. Not super helpful. We're going to go ahead and play out the whole game and then come back with the final results, because it's probably going to take me a while to finish the game. And I don't really feel like filming an hour-long video of me just rolling dice and moving pawns around a board. Yeah, we're going to correct Andrew's life counter. There we go. Got it back up to 5. Alright, so we'll come back with the results and see what ChatGPT told me. So this game ended with a win for good. See, there was a final battle there at Giles' apartment. Yeah. So Buffy used the spell of soul restoration and the Michael help card and was able to change Dark Willow back to Willow again. She was holding this new card here, which is a magic spell that creates a barricade to block an attack. See, Mfashnik was still at full health. There's the defeated Tara. Xander was down to 2 HP. There's all the cards that Xander and Buffy had at the end. So Good has won like 3 games in a row. So I'm not sure if they're strong enough, and this is what the chat was telling me here. So in summary, Warren did not obtain the orbs of Nezalcon. Evil shifted directly to killing Tara. Tara was cornered by Warren and Andrew and killed before the other good characters could rescue her. Warren was replaced by Dark Willow. Dark Willow was not very effective in this test. Again, played Jonathan and Andrew stayed in the game as good characters. Jonathan and Andrew distracted Dark Willow long enough for Xander and Buffy to gather more cards. Buffy eventually found the spell of soul restoration. So the chat GPT suggested that when Warren becomes Dark Willow, that the Jonathan and Andrew servants are also removed from the board to make it a little more even for good and evil. So I used my magic dice and I teleported to the following day, and so I did learn a lot from the playtest that I did on Saturday, that I think I need to change the rules a little bit so that the game is more balanced for the good and evil sides. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and then share with your family and friends. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep working on this project. If you're really interested in board games or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, shoot me a comment. But until next time, this is Marky Mark, signing off. Bye-bye for now.